So here's the pieces. Let's see. So this is the fender, obviously. It's the fender, rear bumper. I'll do it after I figure out how to mount it, because I feel like you shouldn't paint stuff first because you need to figure out how to mount. And I mean, with this thing, I had to drill like a million holes to figure out where it was gonna mount. So I'm gonna mount this. The rest of the kit is coming today, guys. Probably around 5-6 p.m. by the looks of the old kits and when they came. So I'm not gonna focus too much on waiting on it since we'll be done for the day by the time it comes. As always, remember to vote. We're literally in the last stage before SEMA, just like 5 more days of voting to get that thing to SEMA. So hopefully, yeah. But here, let me show you the parts a little bit more. Yeah, they nice. I'll take this outside just to show you guys better in the sun. Yeah, that silver's looking real nice on the bumper. And then I did the corners, obviously, as you can already see. Some of you wondered why I did it that way instead of just going down. I just think that too much of the bumper would be covered, and that's exactly what I did with the old bumper. Gotta remember that the GTR bumper, it does have like this side cutout piece, which this doesn't. This is just all the way around. So definitely, you know, some different things with the bumpers, but I'm trying to make it work. Obviously the white outline is not on at all, so I'll do the pinstripes later, I think. But for now, I think I'm gonna actually get the things mounted on the bumper. I'm gonna put the black clips that go there, and then also put the clips that go here and there that equip into that and that hole. Maybe we'll put the front end on. Let's get some motivation going with this car. I would love to put the hood on, but I do not want to chip this because it really does require 2 people, because otherwise one corner is going to be leaning on the car and that will chip it. I really do not want to do that. So yeah, that's how the car's looking. Ignore the back of the fenders. They should be more pushed against the body. That'll be fixed once the side skirts come in, because they'll be attached to the side skirts. I'm going to go pull off the front end, bring it inside, just have it somewhere safe to keep, and then I'm going to work on taking off the doors. I bought a second one of these things, so I'll just have both doors here, and I'll probably start by cutting the insides of them. Hey, what's up, guys? Ignore the sound in the background, but the package just came. It's actually right there. The side skirts and the rear fender, and it's overexposed, but I did get my passenger door off. I took the glass out and I cut the whole thing. All those pieces on the ground are everything that came out of the door. There's the rails for the windows. I can't fully cut this bar off, but I cut as much as I could off of it. There was a giant rebar bar right here that bolted in. Obviously all this skinning. There's no more wiring harness. There's no more locks. I mean, it has like locks, but it doesn't have like a actual lock now. So yeah, it definitely is lighter. It's probably like about 15 to 20 pounds right now. I think OEM they're 70 pounds. So it's still a considerable, you know, weight reduction of like 100 pounds overall off the car. So anyways, I'm gonna go and package the thing and see how it turns out. So I got the rest of it. Those are the rear arches. The skirts are here. This one is like broken right there, but we'll figure it out. Trying to stay optimistic. Obviously it fits like crap. Obviously I knew that. These are alright. Obviously they go onto this thing like so, and that part kind of covers that line. It goes down and gets flat. This comes up, and then obviously on the rear skirts there's a part that comes out on the front of the skirts. There's the part that comes out. I don't think I'm going to use these skirts because dealing with how impossible it was to do last time, it's just not worth it, because there's like no way to mount them. Exhaust looking rough. Don't worry, that's not rust. It's stainless, it can't rust. Anyways, what I actually think is going to happen is I'm going to use the OEM skirts, because as you can see these don't even sit flat. They would actually come out, making this exhaust not flat. The OEM skirts on the other hand, they do sit flat. So I will take the OEM skirts, mount them up, and then I'll probably just cut off like this end bit and then that end bit and mold them to the OEM ones so that they come out and match the front fender and come out and match the rear fender. So we definitely have a lot of work for us on top of already what's in the garage with the doors and stuff like that. So I'm gonna start gutting this door now. I already did this one. I gutted it, sanded it, and I fixed some dents. I do need to primer these areas, but there's 2 dents and I fixed them. That door doesn't have any dents, but yeah, so this is the door that doesn't roll up the window, and there's actually a bolt there on the rail. It follows the bottom of the window, and then I tried to jump the motor, but for some reason that doesn't even work. So I don't know if the battery I jumped it with is dead or the motor's dead. But it seems like I'm going to do this the hard way and just start cutting. Because either way this would be cut anyway, like I did on the other door. So I'm just going to cut that, and once I cut it I'll be able to access those things so I can slide out the window. Then I can take the whole regulator rail with the motor out. Then I can just cut more, take out all the entire harness. As you can see by now cutting that, I've exposed that little bolt and that little bolt. And once I undo those are 2 clamps that basically hold the glass. I can kind of ease the glass out of this area and just pull it out. And then we're good to cut. I'm just glad it didn't blow up the glass, because I know glass is known to like explode with heat, but I guess sparks aren't really enough heat to do that. Update for you guys. So as you saw, I took out the big bar, took out this whatever they're called, regulators, sliders, the motor. So that's a quantity. That's a mass quantity. It's funny because like you can pick up the gutted door and it doesn't feel that light. It's still like, I don't know. I don't think I got mine to like a full. They said like the max you could gut it to is 15, but I don't think I did it all the way to the max because I still left this top portion because this is where this thing comes up to. I might cut it later if I can figure out like, you know, like a pole rope thing like the race cars do. But for now I kept it simple. There's also a giant bar in there, which to cut it you have to like literally cut this entire layer. But I do think I got it to 20 and 25 pounds, which is still better than the 70 stock. And I did carry this completely with glass and everything, and holy crap did I just pulled my back. But either way, I got mostly everything. Now I'm just gonna literally just go around like this, just go all the way down and cut. And then I also already ordered 15 feet of like this edge rubber stripping or something like that, and it basically just goes around the edge and it just prevents you from getting cuts. I mean, yeah, I can just sand this down, but it's still raw metal and I don't think it looks cool, so I'm just gonna have like this kind of like rubber edge that goes all the way around, and then I can keep my phone and wallet and stuff in here, because the car has no glove box now. Well, the glove box is somewhere over here in the garage, so it has no storage. The center console is technically gone. It just has cup holders and stuff, so I don't really have anywhere to put anything, and I'm just gonna use the doors, I guess, until something like falls out while driving. But I don't think I'm gonna be putting overs on this tonight, because you can see how dark it is. It's like almost pitch dark. I think I'm just gonna use my grandma tomorrow to put on the over fenders. She can just hold it or something like that. It is supposed to rain for the next 2 days, so I guess we'll find a window while it's not raining. But yeah, the next 2 days are going to be a little bit harder because of the rain. I mean, with the humidity I can manage by running a heater, but you know, we're getting closer. Oh, by the way, I totally forgot to mention, the standings got updated for the voting. We're like 1,400 something, and he's at like 500 something, so we're 830 something votes ahead of him, which is like freaking insane for a first day. So that's great. Please keep that up. Keep gapping. Make sure that we go to SEMA with this thing, because it's gonna be really sad if I finish that thing and then we're not going anywhere with it. But Sunday there is a Cars and Cafe meet on in Jersey City in New Jersey. If any of you are in the tri-state area and you're interested in maybe seeing the car, let me know. I mean, just message me on Instagram and I'll send you a flyer. But it's like at a go-kart track, and the people are like hosting like a charity thing. And it's like a lot of supercars and stuff like that. So if this thing is done by Sunday, or at least together, I would like to take it there, just because I do want to like drive it, because you know that's kind of the whole point of it. Some people would say like, no, why would you risk, you know, driving it before SEMA? What if it gets crashed into? Well, it's a car. That's how cars end up being trailer queens, is because people are too paranoid to drive them. That's not going to become that with this. Okay, so I got at the door fully, as you can see. I cut out as much as I could of the main support right here. This is all the parts from both the doors. Can you pick this up? Just pick it up to see how much weight is lost on both doors.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that doesn't include That doesn't include the brackets for the window, the motor, and the actual window themselves. So there's like an additional. Oh, is he crying?
Yes.
Oh, so yeah. So I don't know how much that weighs, but there's nothing else in the bin before, so yeah. So anyways guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I'm gonna start tomorrow by mounting the over fenders with my grandma and painting the doors silver, so we can get everything else done and everything like that. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, and remember to vote.